York City.
In just 14 months, Greta Thunberg has gone from a lone schoolgirl striking outside the Swedish parliament to an international celebrity. She is not the first environmental activist with a clear message and quotable speeches. So why has she risen so fast to fame? One obvious reason is her age. The 16-year-old speaks with the moral authority of someone who will be around long enough to live through the worsening impacts of the climate change. "You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words," Thunberg said at the United Nations General Assembly on September.
"You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words, and yet I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering, people are dying, entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you!"
Greta Thunberg, the 16-year-old climate activist, told the BBC she learned about the climate change when she was just 8 and didn't understand why no one wasn't doing anything about it. She said she eventually stopped eating, mostly stopped talking, and grew increasingly lonely. Thunberg partially credits her Asperger's syndrome for her fierce activist nature. In May 2018, Thunberg won a climate change essay competition for the Swedish newspaper Svenska Dagbladet. That was the start of her career in activism. 3 months later, she started a school strike for climate effort. After that, on March 15, Thunberg led more than 1 million students around the world as they walked out of Friday classes to protest inaction on climate change. Young people in more than 120 countries skipped school to demand more robust climate policies and the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. Thunberg was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize in March. In April, Thunberg spoke with Pope Francis during the weekly general audience at the Vatican. And she told him, "Thank you for standing up for the climate and speaking the truth. It means a lot." In September, Thunberg was invited to United Nations Climate Action Summit in New York. Because air travel has a heavy carbon footprint, Thunberg refuses to fly. So getting to the United Nations Summit in New York posed a new challenge for her. She completed the 13-day cross-Atlantic journey with her father, Svante, and the filmmaker Nathan Grossman in a boat. And also in Europe, she typically travels by train. On September 20, Thunberg led a whole worldwide climate strike that included 4 million people across 160 countries. After her speech, Thunberg joined 15 other young people from around the world to file a legal complaint, alleging that the 5 countries' inaction on global warming violates the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. The complaint was filed against Argentina, Brazil, France, Germany, and Turkey.
Do you think they hear us? We will make them hear us.
Greta continues her protests all over the world throughout the year. After all that she has been through, by the end of the year, the teenage climate activist Greta Thunberg has been named Time magazine's 2019 Person of the Year. Thunberg has succeeded in creating a global attitudinal shift, transforming millions of vague, middle-of-the-night anxieties into a worldwide movement calling for urgent change. She has offered a moral clarion call to those who are willing to act and hurled shame on those who are not, Time magazine wrote of Thunberg. When you put it all together like that, it seems like she has enough reasons to be famous.